Hey guys, it's me, Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds. I'm back, and I've got two things to tell you about real quick. One of them is, if you really enjoy our content, head over to patreon.com/the Cyber Nerds and sign up for one of our tiers. You can win loads of rewards, and it really helps support the team. And the second thing is, enjoy this video.
We are live. Raven, the GS, Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds. Sam, the legend behind the second.
We are live, guys. I'm Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Raven, your GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
And welcome to Widow's Movie Review. Hi, I'm Raven.
I feel like low-key this is Patreon requested. And now the reason why it's Patreon requested is because like 4 months ago, a Patreon slid into the DMs as they do and was like, yo, you man need to check out this trailer. And because of that, we then liked it so much we carried on doing it. Oh. But low-key, it is Patreon requested,
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
There you have it. Welcome to Patreon requested Widow's Movie Review. Is that better, sir?
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You're
cool.
on job.
Alright, cool. So, let's start off with, what's this movie? Drama, mystery, directed by Steve McQueen, based on Widows by Linda LaPlante. And this is based on the book, by the way, in case you guys...
I think it was a TV show as well.
Alright, cool. Well, starred Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez, Elizabeth...
Debicki,
thank you very much. Cynthia Ervio, Colin Farrell, Brian, Tyree Henry, Daniel Kaluga,
shout out to man from the ends.
Jackie Weaver, Kerry Coon,
Robert Duvall, Liam Neeson.
There you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alright, cool. On to the synopsis of this movie. A police shootout leaves 4 thieves dead during an explosive armed robbery attempt in Chicago. Shout out to Chicago Bulls still. A man like Zach out there balling.
Team stinks though.
Yeah, I know, man. It's mad. Their widows, Veronica, Linda, Alice, and Belle have nothing in common except a death left behind by their spouses. Criminal husbands? Is there spouses there? Someone messed up on that thing. Criminal activities, hoping to forge a future on their own terms. Veronica joins forces with other 3 women to pull off a heist that her husband was planning.
I just want to put the correction before someone kills you in the comments. Yeah. A husband is a spouse. Spouse goes both ways.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Wow. Well, there you go. I've learned something today. Really, though?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
I'm just saving you from the commenters.
No, that's fine. I appreciate that, man. I actually learned something new today. All right, cool. So, story, guys.
Story bangs. Yeah.
Bangs.
The story bangs. Like, listen, yeah. There's only so many times in 2018 you can walk into a cinema and get like a story that feels original. Do you know what I'm saying? 4 thieves, they get killed, debts left to their wives. Wives are like, yeah, we're going to do this. Do you know what I'm saying? Love it. There's also, what the trailers never give away, there's so much actually else going on in the universe, like in the world, like politically, in the area that they're in, that also affects and helps drive this movie. So I feel like there's a lot of layers, there's good subplots. I thought like the story was super legit, and I rate Steve McQueen on this one, big time.
There you go. Mr. Blister.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, the story is deeper than these 4 wives been leaving with debts on their hands, and they got to clear that. Super like deep subplots. Like I said, you got the whole community that they're in. You got the other people who want their money. You got the people. Like, there's a lot going on in this movie, but everything is like laid out clear. Like, and it's just super deep. Because super deep.
One thing I do have to give props to this movie when it comes to the stories, which is something that not very easily done or usually has a big success, is that when you take something from a book, which is where this story originates from, and turn into a movie and stick with it, and kind of like, even though I haven't read the book, it felt like I could tell already, like, if I read this book, I'm going to be plugged in, you know what I mean? So I felt that this story was well delivered. So yeah, props again to Steve McQueen. On to acting. Sam.
I don't know where to start with this, because across the board, everyone delivers, isn't it? It's crazy. You got Viola Davis holding down obviously the main female role. Like, she goes through twists and turns at every single like turn in this like movie. You got obviously the beginning where the husbands get taken out. She's going through the funeral and stuff. Then she's got to plan the job. She's got to get all these people together. She's got these people on her back. That's a lot in it. But you see she's ranging through all this stuff. She's got to like keep it down. Like, she held it down the most. Like, Viola Davis is always on point.
She's always on job.
Always
She's
on
always
point.
on job.
Always on point.
Sir.
All right. I'm going to
and please try to refrain, because I know usually you try to take over everything in life.
I was just going to say Viola Davis, 5 out of 5. She ran things. Get me? But I'm going to try and stay away from her, innit? Elizabeth Debicki, she goes hard in this movie, yeah? She goes very hard. Like, she, like, to me, just portrays somewhat, like, everything she was going through, I understood, and I felt like her character portrayed it great. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, Liam Neeson, in his small screen time, yeah, I thought, like, brought it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he really brought it as well. But it's hard to, like, focus on anyone else besides Viola Davis, because I feel like she is the driving force of this movie. But everyone's interactions with her, I feel like everyone just acts legit in this movie, innit? Everyone acts legit. The only issues I've got is with, like, characters not having enough screen time. Do you know what I'm saying? Some characters I felt like didn't have enough screen time, like Linda, Michelle Rodriguez's character. I felt like her character was the least developed of the... hers and maybe Cynthia's was the least developed, and there was two characters I wanted to get more from. But they played their role well for me in the movie anyway. But acting across the board was legit. But Elizabeth Debicki and Viola Davis, they would stand out for me.
Well, I'm going to go the opposite way with this. First things first. Daniel Kaluuya, man, this guy, savage. And one thing I really appreciate about his character is us seeing him on the other side of acting, as in, like, on the bad side. Because usually he's, like, either a victim or he's, like, you know, the hero type of thing. Although in Black Panther, he was, like, a bit between. But anyway, he went ham. Now, my problem with the widows, right, as women who are in certain situation, I didn't feel as much as I wanted the rawness, the emotional side of things. Like, yeah, they did pepper things up, but one thing that drew me to this movie, I was like, yo, women, widows, mothers, they are cornered. Yo, you don't do that, innit? Like, we're about to go ham. So, and that's one thing I was expecting, and I didn't really like. We got some, you know, every now and again, but I wanted more. Michelle Rodriguez, quite disappointed, especially from what I got from her in the trailers, where, you know, she's talking about, yo, if things go south, I just want my kids to know, yo, I did not back down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fighter. And I didn't really get that from her throughout the whole movie. So that's my take on that's my negative side. I wanted more. I wanted more from them.
I still so disagree with just that one character, Michelle Rodriguez. I really disagree with that. I feel like there's a scene that displays everything that you're talking about, and I get one scene, but my thing for this movie is, it's like, they try to keep this as a drama, like a real life drama, like this could really happen. So I felt like there were certain things that if they happened, it might have taken you out the movie, like, oh, this is going closer to Fast and the Furious than where we want to be. So that's why I feel like the dramaticness of it was toned down. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
The reason why I disagree with what you've just said, and you just said dramatic, like, you got to think about our natural beings. These are mothers, fam. Like, that's somewhat, even a female animal, you just don't mess with you know, in that aspect. You just don't do it, fam. And that's where I'm coming from, that I expected more rawness from them. You do not corner a mother. You just don't do them things, fam. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is where I'm coming from, where I wanted more from them, fam. Like, that raw side, innit?
I was going to say, the reason why I think Viola Davis stands out the most, because she's in the epicenter of everything, innit?
What about everybody else?
They're not. Like, no one came to their door, hold a gun to their head, or strangle their dog or whatever, and be like, I want my money. He went to them and be like, yeah, they're going to be coming for you. But no one actually came for them until they were actually at the job, innit? So that's why I think that's why she went through the most. But then they were like, oh yeah, this happened to me and that happened to me. Oh yeah, now I got to do this job. So that's probably why you didn't get that much from them. You still had their own little story, but they didn't go through what she was going through. She knew I'm going to be dead.
Right.
And my husband's been on this kind of stuff. And I kind of know about it. And they know about me, so...
Well, they didn't physically get the gun pointed at the head, but they were in that same situation. You know what I mean? Like, one's got a shop, the other one's... Everyone, like... And that's the thing. We all got to see their perspective, like, their lives, right? So when it came around to them, it wasn't enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single one of them is corny. It's not just Viola Davis's character that's corny. It's every single one of them. They've all felt the pinch. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, that's... And that's, you know, that's where I stand for this. But anyway, moving on to production.
Production bangs, yeah? There's this one scene, yeah? The whole movie's production is legit. But for me, there's this one scene that sums it up, yeah? There is a 45-second car drive from one part of Chicago to another. Ooh. The people in the car are having a conversation that is very racially charged almost. But what the camera never shows you inside the car. It shows you the surroundings and the car, yeah? And it just shows you how long in Chicago it takes you to go from the deep hood to a whole new suburban, these houses cost $200 million, fam. And it's like 4 streets. Do you know what I'm saying? That there, to me, alone just says that Steve McQueen is on... he's on next bits, bruv. He's on next bits, because I was thinking, like, some people are going to watch this scene and be like, that was weird. They're not going to understand what just happened. Do you know what I'm saying? But I was in the cinema like, this is amazing. Like, this is cinema. Like, this is, bro, it was mad. Other than that, the production across the board is super legit. But there's certain times in the movie, man just takes it on a next level, fam. Like, something will be happening, and he's like, I'm not going to focus on what you would usually see in the movie. I'm going to focus on this. It's just next level.
One thing I appreciate them giving in this movie with the whole spacing, you know, the timing with things, going back and forth, explaining things through. Again, this comes from a book, so we have to be in that moment. So going back and forth with the story, pardon me, and I'm a big camera guy, so there's one particular moment as well with Daniel Kaluuya's character, and you know there's you know, like a cappella to it, and the thing is, I called it right away, especially because the way the camera was moving. I called it, but it still felt so satisfying, innit? So again, props to production.
I mean, like, just across the board, everything's amazing. Like you guys are saying, the camera scenes are never boring. They're never the same. Even though, like, this is a dramatized kind of movie, you got the usual shots, but there's those other shots that kind of immerse you a lot more than usual. So you're like, oh, like, you're more engaged, you're more into the movie, that kind of thing. Like, even tense scenes, again, the music's always on point, and just, like, everything else.
Hans Zimmer.
Say it.
Hans Zimmer! Hans Zimmer did the score, fam!
Show some respect, fam. Bro. Come on.
I'm just saying, innit?
No, come on.
I'm just saying, innit?
Come on, bro.
I'm glad because I was about to...
I don't think anyone else would have noticed, and no one else picked up on the music, innit?
No, bro, he just gave me a hard time for, man. Yeah, Joe, you want to talk about everything, so I left things for you, man. You get me? Jeez. So at least say man's name. Put some respect on that brother's name.
Thank you.
Alright, till next time, innit?
Because you know, if I jump on Hans, you already know, bro. And I'm pretty sure they already know.
Man's always on comic book movies and stuff, but when he jumps on this kind of stuff, like, it's flawless all the time, every time. So camera work, directing work, music work, always on point. Love it.
Alright, so your final thoughts on the movie?
Final thoughts on the movie. Good, strong story. It's just not about a heist movie. It's about all these plots going on. It's about the culture, what's going on in Chicago, widows, husbands, all of that. It's mad.
This is a very good movie that you need to see. Action, drama, and it's got thriller, like, thriller elements.
Yeah.
Thriller elements.
You had that,
it's got thriller elements to it. Like, this movie is just legitly satisfying. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be disappointed walking out of the cinema. Do you know what I'm saying? So check out Widows for sure.
And the only thing else for me to add is that we recommend for you to go watch this movie because it's that good. And that comes down to our rating, and our official rating for the Cybernerds. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 out of 5. So it's lit. Movie's lit, guys. So let us know if you have watched this movie, if you're going to watch it. Are you going to watch it after seeing our review? But other than that, I'm Raven, your GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitzclick.
I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds.
And we'll see you in the next movie review. Peace.
Hey guys, it's me, Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds. Appreciate you watching the last video. Check another one out here, or just go ahead and sign up to Patreon right now. Just do that thing. Anyway, catch you on the next video. Peace.